Hi, my name is Amos Tubb, and I teach history here at Center. I've been asked to talk about three books that happen to be on my shelf that I enjoy reading and would best as summer reads for this summer when we all have plenty of time because we're all inside. So I'm at home, I'm not in my office, and so the books, I divide most of my books between the office and home, with my history books at the office and only fun history books at home, and my novels at home. So this is at home, so it's mainly going to be, these are novels. So my first novel that I would suggest for being inside the summer is Pillars of the Earth. Now, Pillars of the Earth is a novel that on the face of it seems insanely boring. It's about building a cathedral in the 12th century in England. But it is a fantastic novel. It's an adventure, it's a romance, and it's weirdly about building a cathedral. And it's a page turner, and I highly recommend it. It was a bestseller back in the 90s, the 1990s, and so it's easily available in paperback, so it's pretty cheap, and you can pick it up. I got this copy at Half Price Books in Lexington for $4.99. So that'll actually be on my summer reading list. The second book that I have is Wolf Hall. So this is a novel about a guy named Thomas Cromwell. And what Thomas Cromwell, he was alive. He was born about 1485 and died in 1540. And in the 1530s and 1540s, he started working for powerful people in the English government. And in real life, in historical life, he actually helps cause the English Reformation, which turns England into a Protestant country. And he also sort of invents modern government. And in the last 10 years, an English author, Hilary Mantel, she has imagined Thomas Cromwell's life in a trilogy of books. And the first one's Wolf Hall. And it's amazing. And you're like a guy about a book about a bureaucrat in the 1530s. Are you kidding me? But it is so humane. This is about a guy who wants to make the world a better place, and he is sort of uniquely positioned to do so. And so I have the hard copy of that because I bought these as they came out, but these are also available in paperback and very cheap. So I would definitely recommend that one. My third book this is probably my all-time favorite novel. It's called Angle of Repose by Wallace Stegner. So Wallace Stegner, he was an American novelist who lived in the 20th century, and he wrote about the American West. And I'm from California, so I'm partial to books about the American West. And what he found in the 1960s, he met a historian, and the historian had letters from a very prominent 19th American woman author and illustrator. So in 19th century America, there's all these illustrated magazines. So you would get like every week, and there'd be stories in them with pictures. And this woman generated a lot of them. And many of these things, they're not great literature. They're not stuff that you read about in high school. This would be kind of like, network television shows. That's kind of the level there, but also that's the circulation. That's the circulation. And this woman, this pretty prominent woman author, she had married an engineer, and they traveled around North America, principally the American West, going to mining sites, and she would write stories about it. So these are the letters that Wallace Stegner, the author, found. And then he imagined a novel around these letters. So in this novel, there's his novel and then the actual letters of this woman that she writes back to her friends in the East Coast about her time living in the American West. And it's a beautiful novel about America, about what it's like to a woman in the 19th century, what it's like to be a man in the 20th century. That's because the novel's from the grandson's point of view, the grandson of the woman who's the protagonist of the letters. And it's how you can blend history and fiction, and in some ways elevate real life history with your imagination, because he takes his imagination and lifts and creates the backstory to these fantastic letters. So Angle of Repose is probably my favorite novel, and that's a great novel to spend on your summer reads. So those would be my 3 novels I would recommend for you if you're stuck inside like we all are, and hopefully we'll all be outside soon and more often. But if you like them, enjoy, and if you don't, hey, you can say, you know, you have your right to your own opinion. Thanks so much.